Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Astarte Jones, one of my subscribers, for this article that came out in the Daily Kos. Google donates $5,000 to racist Republican Cindy-Hyde-Smith just days after her alleged lynching joke. Woo, when you got a face like that, you shouldn't talk about anybody, okay? November 14th, 2018. When Mississippi Republican Senator Cindy-Hyde-Smith joked that she'd like Republican Governor Phil Bryant so much that if he'd invited her to a public hanging, I'd be on the front row. That's supposed to be a joke. Okay, whatever. Your jokes are corny. Most people wondered what exactly the joke was. Yeah, I don't see no joke in that statement. All I just see is just straight up racism. I don't see no joke. Campaigning for a runoff election coming on November 27th, Hyde-Smith argued that she was making an exaggerated expression of regard for Governor Brian Hyde-Smith is not lying, as Republican Brian is something of a white supremacist. And Hyde-Smith's joke was showing regards for attending the historically racist and genocidal American practice of lynching, particularly in Mississippi. Most of the lynchings that took place happened in the South. Well, there were a lot that happened in the North too. New York was actually the #1 lynching state in the North, followed by New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Such lovely places. Let's move on. A big reason for this was the end of the Civil War. I disagree with that. Once blacks were given their freedom, many people felt that the freed blacks were getting away with too much freedom. Well, what was too much freedom? Because we're not even free today. We're still not free. So what's too much freedom? What's too much freedom? The convict lease program? Is that too much freedom? Jim Crow? Is Jim Crow too much freedom? What freedom? Slave codes and black codes and pig laws? Was that too much freedom? Reconstruction? White mobs coming in and burning down black towns? What was too much freedom? Because I would like to know what, please define that. Is mass incarceration too much freedom? Get the hell out of here. And they felt they needed to be controlled. By who? The high IQ people? No, we don't need to be controlled by you. Why don't y'all control your opioid plague? Why don't you control all them high suicides among your people? Why don't you control your low birth rate? You know, there's many things you can control. Why don't you control all them single white mothers among you? More and more of these women are single mothers. Why don't you control that? Why don't you control the fact that your elderly are dying and you don't have enough young people to replace them? Control that. The way I see it, you got way bigger fish to fry than to worry about black folks. Okay. Mississippi had the highest lynchings from 1882 to 1968 with 581. Georgia was the second with 531. And Texas was the third with 493. 79% of lynchings happened in the South. The fact that Hyde-Smith's challenger, Democrat Mike Espy, is a black man did not seem to faze anyone in the blood red side of the aisle. That's a good way of describing it. Blood red, a blood red state. Hyde-Smith has shown no contrition whatsoever about the statement. And on Monday, her buddy Bryant thought the best course of action was to say black women were the real problem. Oh, black women are the real problem. Oh, okay. So your buddy, the governor, came up with black women are the real problem, creating black genocide by ways of abortion. Well, we could flip that back on your community, Brian. You know, the fact that your women are refusing to have children at a time when you have low birth rate. Many of them can't get pregnant at all. Many are still having abortions. And many of them are going to get fertility treatment because they're having so many problems getting pregnant. So the way I see it, you are facing a genocide of your own. We're sure not causing that. Clearly, most folks with half a brain said to themselves, that's not right at all. But not billion-dollar business Google. According to popular information, Hyde-Smith's FEC filings show that on Tuesday, the search engine giant donated $5,000 to her campaign. Here's the proof right here, ladies and gentlemen. 48-hour notice of contribution, loans received, and you can clearly see her name right here, Cindy-Hyde-Smith for U.S. Senate, and you can see who the donation was from, Google, LLC, NetPack. And right over here in this column, amount, $5,000, and this was done on 11/13/2018. So this was after she made the lynching joke. Let's go on. According to the Observer NPI, this isn't remarkable for Google in that they've been supporters of other openly racist candidates like Iowa's Republican lowlife Rep. Steve King. Google previously donated $10,000 to Make America Prosperous PAC. The leadership PAC of Congressman Kevin Brady. Making America Prosperous gave Congressman Klansman Steve King a cash infusion after other corporate donors abandoned him over his ties to white nationalism. Wonks will tell you that big business is always hedging their bets on both sides of the aisle, and that Google has historically leaned more left in its supports. They are right, of course, but that doesn't make it right or acceptable or anything but 100% unethical. Okay, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And what I will do, I'm going to put this video over on Black Junction, and you tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.